All right, so next question, what can I offer? What is it that I do? Well, really, it's about change. Everything that I do is really about change. First of all, the choice that you make to contact me, which can be through the website, and looking at making the first decision or the intention to change whatever it is that's no longer working in your life. And then we use various techniques to facilitate that. So we could use emotional freedom techniques, which is using acupressure points and stress release points and working with the mind and releasing that from the mental perspective or the physical perspective, emotional perspective or the spiritual perspective. Working with hypnosis and hypnotherapy to reprogram the mind, or going back in regression to be able to release the trauma from either this life or a past life. Working again then with NLP or neuro-linguistic programming, and that works on the neurons in the brain, and rather than staying in the same pattern and doing things over and over again, the idea then is to actually change the pattern, change the way we speak, change the way we think about things, and modelling how you want to be on perhaps maybe a successful person who you see and who you admire, and say those are the characteristics I really want to have within myself or within my life. So I can use those skills virtually on anything, from phobias, fears, pain, phantom pain, also losing weight, changing, becoming a non-smoker rather than being a smoker, releasing fear, anxiety, migraines, backache, so a variety of different things, as well as actual beliefs or doubts, fears, disbeliefs, any other limitations that you may have that you feel really is no longer serving you or not to your highest benefit. So actually pinpoint then exactly what it is, and then start to change it with the tools I've just described. Okay, so just to look at now an example of a session. Say you were coming to me and you were suffering from anxiety and fear. So what we'll do first of all is discuss where maybe the roots of that are, perhaps going back to the first time or the worst time that you had an event that created an awful lot of anxiety and fear. Often what that does is it creates a memory within the subconscious mind, and then what happens is the mind tries like mad to avoid that situation. So anytime you go anywhere close to something that feels the same way, the mind goes, no, don't go there, don't go there. So we're trying to look really for specifics. So looking back perhaps at a person who may have created anxiety within you, or a situation that created anxiety and fear, and then going back and using EFT, the emotional freedom techniques, to actually clear that. That's probably the fastest and the quickest way we can address that core issue, if you like. Then I would look at integrating hypnosis and hypnotherapy, so to release all of the fear that's held within the body and within the mind, almost like a computer, we uninstall the program and take that out of the system. We also need to then positively install a new program. So with hypnotherapy, I would be adding positive suggestions in the subconscious mind to be calm, to be relaxed, to be confident, to be esteeming yourself, and actually making those changes then on a really deep level. However, if that doesn't quite fix it, then I'd be looking at further back in time. So we may actually, through hypnosis and hypnotherapy, go into regression work, regressing back perhaps to time of birth, and sometimes even further. So there may be a situation perhaps even in the past life that created that very fear, and so that is almost like a bleed through in a sense into this life. So we're looking at actually changing that as well. So then all of those tools, so the EFT, the hypnosis can be used. I use NLP as well, so that's also looking at perhaps the traits of somebody that you really admire and saying, okay, I'd like to model myself upon that, and whether that's confidence or whether they are completely positive in their outlook, and then actually integrating that as well. So everything is focused on change, and the idea of the session is really to empower you. By having fear or by having anxiety, you're really in a place of disempowerment. That's really looking at being able to change that so that you feel strong, you feel powerful, you feel positive and confident, and then you're really ready to, move forward in life.